Good morning, everyone. Clint McLaughlin here, Midwest Market Management. It is Tuesday, November 18th. Got Riley Sykard on with me here today. We're going to jump right into South America weather. Things are moving along down there. Calendars progressing. They're moving into ideal growing times, and we're starting to get our first snow flurries here in Northeast Wisconsin today, Riley. What's on the agenda today?
Well, if you're getting snow flurries, oh, that doesn't make me very excited. You shouldn't have told me that. But South America weather, in terms of what's going on there, first thing I got pulled up is planning progress. First off, with Brazil. Um, we were worried a few weeks ago that they were starting to trail behind a little bit. As you can see now, first crop corn within 4% of average, beans within 2%. I'm not concerned there one bit. There's some areas that have had too much rain and that's bogging them down. That's the reason behind some areas being a little slow, but nothing too out of the ordinary there. Argentina, pretty similar thought on the soybean planting side. Some areas have been a little bit behind due to all the rain they've had, but still only 3% behind average, Clint. I'm not sitting here making a
Yeah,
big case. There's no storyline right now. And you look at the
sure.
corn planting for Argentina, they're kind of at the point now where or the round one corn planting is done. Round two usually picks up heavier in December. So I'm not expecting huge progress over the next week to 10 days.
Gotcha.
So as for planning progress, nothing really out of the ordinary. Um, Putting into perspective how big of an area we're talking about when we just quickly glossed over Brazil and Argentina. We're looking anywhere from Mato Grosso in Brazil and the Tocantins all the way down into Argentina, especially that Cordoba, Buenos Aires region right through here. And if you put just Mato Grosso on a US map, it's almost the whole Midwest. So huge amount of area, guys. Not just a one state to a two state thing where you can look at it pretty easily. So moving more now into up ahead maps, next 1 to 5 days for temperatures, 80s and 90s, Clint. What's wrong with 80s and 90s?
Looks pretty ideal. I guess for us, we'd be a little concerned with the 95, 96, 98. And I'm sure that they'd prefer the lower 90s, but overall not a massive concern or major difference from normal.
No, especially when they've been getting enough rain to supplement that they can handle the warmer temperatures.
Sure.
So 1 to 5 in Argentina. Argentina doesn't handle the heat as well as Brazil does. So 90s in Argentina actually is more, I would say, comparable to where we are here in the States.
Sure.
Um, Not a long-term issue if it's there for a week to 10 days, but if it's a month plus, then it starts to be a little concerning. So 1 to 5 day temperatures, no concern. And 6 to 10 shows it cooling off even more. You said you want 80s. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Can't do it much better than that. Argentina, very similar, mostly in the 80s, some pockets of 90-degree temperatures, no concerns on the temp side. Looking at the last 2 weeks of rainfall, um, heavier rains fell this weekend in southern Brazil. There were some talks of some areas having some small amounts of flooding, but I haven't seen anything yet that's causing major issues on a wide enough level to affect national yield in a big way. So from the perspective we look at it, a lot more guys got supplemental rains than had floods. So helping more than it's hurting. Last 2 weeks in Argentina, plenty of rain there now as well. That eastern half of Argentina, I would definitely say, would be considered on the wetter side at this stage in the game. So they'd probably like to start missing some rains, but not really a big issue yet. Moving in the next 5 days, the areas that do want rains are getting them. Keeley, Mato Grosso, especially that southern Mato Grosso area. When we were looking at maps the last couple of weeks, you could see it had been getting missed quite a bit, and that looks like it's going to hit the exact spot where it's needed. So 1 to 5 day, not showing any reason to be scared of a drought. Clint, you and I have talked about this in the U.S. growing season this year, now in the South America growing season. Trade doesn't care if we're too wet.
Sure. Yeah, we've experienced it here as well. Last year being a key indicator of that. And it's, from my understanding, it's pretty hard to get too wet down there.
Yeah, there's soil types. They don't keep water and retain water very well. It's usually it's here, it's gone. So 1 to 5 day art for Argentina, a little bit drier. Still some small chances of rain, nothing there to waste time on. 6 to 10 day maps, rain in the north, none in the south. And in terms of what Brazil needs, exactly what they need. The south needs to start missing rains, because I did mention there are some areas that have some flooding concerns. But here in the north, I don't think that's ever really been an issue, at least as long as I've been looking at the maps. So they'll take what they can get, and rain in the forecast is helping them out. So 6 to 10 day in Argentina, also giving them the little bit of a dry spell that they need too. So putting everything together, next 2 weeks, a lot of rain.
Yeah.
Next 2 weeks in Argentina, not as much, a lot more spottier stuff to the north. But overall, Clint, from a market perspective and national yield perspectives for South America, nothing in the forecast right now that's hindering the markets. I mean, the rally we've had, I would say maybe there's some risk premium from South America having so much time left, but in terms of actual production, I don't see any reason to be excited and bullish. So that's all I have today.
All right. Well, I appreciate you putting the maps together. Thanks to Mark's Weather Group for the maps and the opportunity to show those. If you got any questions, don't hesitate to give us a call. Clint McLaughlin, Riley Sykard, Midwest Market Management. Thanks a lot and have a great day.
This material has been prepared by a sales or trading employee or agent of Midwest Market Management and is or is in the nature of a solicitation. This material is not a research report prepared by of Midwest Market Management Research Department. By accepting this communication, you agree that you are an experienced user of the futures markets, capable of making independent trading decisions, and agree that you are not and will not rely solely on this communication in making trading decisions. Distribution in some jurisdictions may be prohibited or restricted by law. Persons in possession of this communication indirectly should inform themselves about and observe any such prohibition or restrictions. To the extent that you have received this communication indirectly and solicitations are prohibited in your jurisdiction without registration, the market commentary in this communication should not be considered a solicitation. The risk of loss in trading futures and/or options is substantial, and each investor and/or trader must consider whether this is a suitable investment. Past performance, whether actual or indicated by simulated historical tests of strategies, is not indicative of future results. Trading advice is based on information taken from trades and statistical services and other sources that of Midwest Market Management believes are reliable. We do not guarantee that such information is accurate or complete, and it should not be relied upon as such. Trading advice reflects our good faith judgment at a specific time and is subject to change without notice. There is no guarantee that the advice we give will result in profitable trades.